2011. Wait till you hear Dead Ass by Michael Cirelli.
Hello, thank you. I'm so excited to be here because two of my favorite professors from the New School, David and Elaine Equi, are here, and I got the honor of taking classes with them. And Matt Yeager, I got the pleasure of going to school with, and Vicky has been a mentor at Urban Word. So it's just a family reunion of sorts. But I do work for an organization called Urban Word, and I'm surrounded by teenagers all the time. And New York City teenagers are so rich with language and innovating ways of using language. And oftentimes I'm a little bit behind the curve. I pride myself on being on top of this stuff. But I hear stuff sometimes and I'm like, what does that mean? So one day I heard the term dead ass and I was stumped. And I finally realized that, I finally learned from one of the teams that dead ass means serious. It's like, they actually say sometimes, I'm dead ass serious, which is kind of redundant, but that's actually a phrase. And interestingly enough, my MFA critical paper was called Blasting the Canon Hip Hop, Race, and the Academy. And I happened to attach this poem, Dead Ass, to the end of it, and Kevin Young, I presume, was reading the essay and saw the poem. I don't think he's related to Dean Young, is he?
There are a lot of young poets in America.
So this is called Dead Ass. In the bodega, a young girl wearing jeans so tight she has to use turpentine to get them off, says to her friends, "Damn, it's dead ass raining out." I was enamored. Instead of cats and dogs, I pictured donkey corpses falling from the sky, clogging the gutters. That's some serious rain. The song on the radio said that the po-po was trying to catch me riding dirty. I imagine Chameleonaire wearing a 20-pound gold chain with mud dripping off Jesus' shiny toes. Crazy Bone in $400 jeans with grass stains on the knees. In Oakland, the sound there is hyphy. To me, that alien word means goonie goo goo. To me, that word is my dead father's kiss. But to thousands of youngsters whose trousers sink below the plimsoll line of their asses, hyphy music makes their bodies dip up and down like oil drills. These words make me feel old and white. When I hear a new one, it's like I discovered it for the first time, like I excavated it from the mouth of a teenager. So I dust it off with my fossil brush and try to jam it into the keyhole of academia. Words like for shizzle, crunk, hella, I place in glass jars like rare moths. I want to hang them on the doors of sonnets like a welcome sign to an apartment I don't live in. I wrote this new book that came out pretty recently called Everyone Loves the Situation. And as you guess by the cover, it's based on the Jersey Shore TV show. I'm Italian American. This mic, can I go off mic? Because it's doing a lot of popping and crackling and snappling. Oh, it's fine? Okay. It's just me.
Mike, hold on 1 second. We're getting Marvin to come down to fix it.
Okay. Check.
Check.
You know, David Lehman would just recite poems from memory. He knows this poem called The More Loving One, which actually I think Matt Yeager referred to in his poem, when he said, "Are you the more loving or the..."
Which would you rather be?
Which would you rather be?
Do you rather? Or, yeah.
So I got the line wrong, but you got it right. Because I think you wrote it. So this poem is called Tan Tax, and basically what happened is Obama put a tax on indoor tanning, which caused a big uproar in New Jersey. People were totally pissed off, and there was a riot of sorts. It was sort of like the Boston Tea Party, but for Guidos. And if you didn't know it, during the Boston Tea Party, the Pilgrims dressed up as Native Americans so as to fool the British into thinking that it was actually the Indians that were uprising, but it was actually them dressed up as Indians. Tan tax. Some dressed up like Indians, seagull feathers stuffed under headbands because Kenny said the Pilgrims used that trick. He remembered from 7th grade history. Most just liked the idea of a party, liked breaking bottles and throwing them into the harbor, liked floating down the channel on looted tanning beds, pumping their fists in protest to the beat. To be stripped of their color, to whiten to ghosts. First they come for our tans, next our pecs, our abs of steel ground to flour. A bright idea, the Jersey Tea Party. Without tea, except for Long Island's. They went for the bulbs, fluorescents, incandescents, neons, energy savers, unscrewed every single light in town and added them to the harbor. The water turned to glass. When night came, they had to learn to reinvent fire, that it wasn't just for cigarettes. In the morning, hungover, pale and pasty, they had to make do with shoe polish. They let their shoes dull to shine lights on their new black faces. And I'm going to read one more. So at the Jersey Shore, there's this phenomenon called the shirt before the shirt. And it's basically the t-shirt that they're wearing in the house as they're getting lubricated, getting like their little pre-party buzz on. And then when it's time to go out, they take that shirt off and they put a new shirt on. And so this is called the shirt before the shirt. I miss the shirt before the shirt, or the shirt before that even. The shirt before the shirt before the shirt. The amuse-bouche shirt. The shirt before the shirt is steak tartare, is fried calamari, is Caesar salad, if we use metaphor. If not, for Mike the situation, it's pragmatic. Functions to catch spray tan particulate matter, sweat, runny hair gel, like a paper towel for fried chicken. I missed the shirt before the shirt that read number 7 on the back, had shadows under the armpits. There was the shirt before the shirt that was lifted up and inside out by Amy Hess in the back seat of a Chrysler LeBaron, a Catholic school uniform button-down, which had to come off first, a dirty shirt. Still spotless compared to now's shirts, with too many wrinkles for its age, with mythology taped to its back. The shirt before the shirt that poured Napa Valley into parabolas showed no mistakes, even when spotted with stains. Was folded perfect before it all changed. I remember the shirt before the 48th shirt ever, the 47th shirt. The first one after the last one to catch pureed pea spit up. The 47th shirt had a whale on it, a whale shooting a plume of water from its spout. And on top of the plume of water was a fisherman in a rowboat. And all these shirts later, I know what it feels like to be that fisherman. Thank you.
Erica Doyle is a Brooklyn native, born of Trinidadian parents. And her poem, Ma Ramon, was chosen by Robert Hass for the 2001 Best American Poetry from the magazine Callaloo. And I hope she'll read that poem and perhaps some others. She teaches in the New York City public school system.
Amazing, and I have to say that the last time, well, it's been this is my 10-year Best American anniversary, right? So it's kind of awesome. And 10 years ago, Mike was like, oh, so did you guys ever have a reading at the new school? And I was like, dude, no, we had a reading out in Huntington, and this lady brought a horse on the stage. Do you remember that, David?
Yes.
Remember that? Yeah. It was a very intense time. So I was reading the Times today. They had an editorial about immigration, and basically about people's they have like memory problems when it comes to thinking about immigration, like how did we all get here anyway? And so this poem is called Ma Ramon, and it's about my great grandmother, and it's about my family's own personal kind of myth of immigration, except not to the U.S., but in Trinidad. Oh, and it has our patois, which is our kind of French, African, Carib hybrid in it. And I remember Mark trying to correct my French. I was like, Mark, it's not French. Okay, Ma Ramon. Ma Ramon would fall upon the floor, feigning death at her children's nose, when they were too grown to force the bending. M'papa le anglais, she'd say, no English, to tax collectors and those too dark to fall within her notice. She, a grand lady of Abercrombie Street, now the capital was under the Queen and not the rusted Republique. She did not believe in London, the poppy show that was the civil service, good jobs for brown faces behind a desk. She believed in land. Her own mystical origins lay en la France, in red-haired, green-eyed aristocrats, escaping guillotines and égalité for 7 mountains they would call their own. And though she had to marry black for money, she never forgot she was a person of qualité. She kept her parchment mother in lace and linen, photographed herself with all her siblings, maintained a piano in the parlor for butter-skinned suitors with Creole tongues, to swirl the Castellan with dervish daughters, petticoats twining with worsted knickers. Ebe Lucretia, Aleina, Usajan, Vivi Vivi, dansez, dansez, Libona, mes belles enfants, my beautiful Creole children. And thank you. I'm going to read 2 short poems. The first one is, the title's from a quote from the Tao. There is no greater disaster than to underestimate your enemy. Inside the breast is a face. Inside the face is a meme. Inside the meme is a fallen. Inside the fallen is a war. Inside the war is a girl. Inside the girl is a war. Inside the war is a girl. Inside the girl is a war. And this is the last one. It's called Cardinal Points. And just before I end, I just want to thank everybody. It's so wonderful to have this reunion and to be with David. And it's so nice to finally be here. So thank you so much. Okay, this is called Cardinal Points, and it also sort of takes us away. It takes place in the north and the south of Africa. So the north takes place in Egypt, in Nubia, and the south takes place in South Africa on the Eastern Cape. And it also has some non-English things going on. Ehlen wa salam is basically what you say in Arabic to welcome people to your house. And Molo Sisi is a greeting in Xhosa. Okay, Cardinal Points, north. Ehlen wa salam. They smoke a lot of weed at the Nile. No shit. Muhammad beached the boat 6 miles from Aswan and took us and 2 Italian dudes to a wedding. We gave his grandmother aspirin. All the people down south there real black too. Mixed, look like us. We rode in a pickup to the stage where colored lights played across the green fields between the river and the dusty towns. Ali unrolled a mat, and I tried to figure out how this was a wedding. Everyone smoking aromatic blunts and only men out there. Sergio said it was extra strong, good stuff. He built nuclear reactors in France and felt no guilt. Conversation took mad long in 4 languages, so we found the women inside the compound drumming and drinking hibiscus tea. Min fein enti, they asked us. Where are you from? Min America, we answered. They sang us a song. A little girl in a blue dress held my hand. It was 3 o'clock in the morning and they were singing about the dam. Min America, she said, patting my arm. Like Oprah, the lady on TV. South, Molo Sisi. The black staff have lost my keys, she wails, mascara smearing. Women in headscarves speaking Xhosa swim by and find them behind her desk. We fuck under faux leopard skin to pass the time. Drivers toss money at the children who do a dance in the road. Boys gather at the gate, then run and get more faces to press against the bars at the hole-in-the-wall resort to gawk at me, my girlfriend, and the Afrikaners, plunked down like meteors by the sea. Dusty fountain in the lobby, a hole in the middle of a donut that is a village in the middle of the Eastern Cape by the blue, blue Indian Ocean. Time creeps no matter how many rounds of cards, Monopoly, or fucking we throw at it. At dawn, we won't duck under Mosa laundry lines to get to the beach. See a natural wonder? Hole in the wall? Oh, you won't go, whines Mascara Mania. Same trip then, pleasure. Pleasure is the treeless horizon. Ngungi cattle spill onto the road and fences disappear. Boys in whiteface walk back from initiations. Adolescence happens everywhere. Thank you.